Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood panda here. I might look a little bit different today because it's spooky season. That means it is time to dress up. Okay, I cosplay, so I dress up all the time, but now nobody looks at me weird because we're all doing the same thing, right? Right? Anyway, it is spooky season, and that means it is time to discover some spooky songs. Our first pick of this spooky month is going to be Monster Mash, originally sung by Bobby Pickett and then covered by Geoff Castellucci. So let's get right on into it. Woo! I'm so excited. Oh, off with their heads. Yes, I had to. Yeah, okay, sorry. We'll go down. Okay, two things. You hear this song if you ever go to a Halloween party or if it's, spooky season when you work retail, they have a CD of Halloween type songs playing over and over and over in the background. This is one of the songs that's usually on there along with Thriller and the Psycho theme and all that kind of stuff. So I've heard it before. But it's never quiet enough for me to hear the beginning of this where it's got that bubbling like in a mad scientist lab and the beakers and stuff going on in the background. And I've never seen Bobby Pickett perform it. So if you look at his eyes, the crazy eyes to start with, it's just perfect for the whole song. I love it. Look at it.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash.
Okay. Like I said, I have heard this song a lot, and I've heard Bobby Pickett sing it, so I've heard the funny accent he puts on, that quintessential Dr. Frankenstein accent, but I have never seen him actually sing it in person, and so I'm getting distracted by the crazy faces and the movements he's making. But he sounds so very, posh, like he's trying to do a Dracula thing in there too. So he's really going all into it, even though so far he's kind of speaking it rather than actually full on doing a melody. And then you just hear in the back some of the vocals coming out and repeating the lyrics that he's done. This is classic, and I love it.
Monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from...
Okay, now it's getting a little creepy, but that's the way it's supposed to be. But listen to if you can get past all of that, listen to his vocals and the clear tone he's got. There's not a lot of breath in it. And again, he's more speaking than anything else. And so it's very clear toned. It is very straightforward and kind of nasally. I love that. And this crazy accent he's got going, look at this face. Look at this face. Okay, anyway.
To get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son.
And I keep pausing, but I love the way his vocals actually it has that woo quality, and he's drawing out the vowels and the notes, and it sounds that spooky ghostly woo thing that we all do when we're pretending to be ghosts on Halloween. Very, and for anyone, my generation, if you know this, it sounds very Winifred Sanderson book. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I'm going to be watching that movie soon. I'm sorry. I'm so excited, y'all. But this it gets me. it brings me back, and it makes me just so giddy and giggly because it is such a classic and it is such a silly song. I love it.
Dracula and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five. They played the Monster
Oh my gosh, I
Mash.
love it.
It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" It's now the Monster Mash.
I love the
It's a
costumes in the
graveyard
audience.
Smash. It's caught on in a flash. It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool. Drac's a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you.
Boris, name that monster movie star named Boris. Boris Karloff.
Then you can Monster Mash and do my graveyard smash. You'll catch on in a flash. Then you can Monster Mash. Ooh.
Monster sound.
Easy, Igor, you impetuous young boy. Mash,
I love how, okay, I don't know what's going on here, but I love how he can barely keep a straight face on himself at the end of this. That was so much fun. So much fun. Brings back so many memories. Now we're going to move on to Geoff Castellucci's version. And he is a low bass singer. So this might sound a little different, but we're kind of counting on that. I have heard this before. I've seen it before. Love it. Let's just get into it. A little loud. Ooh, okay. Talk about starting with sound effects first. Boris Karloff started with that sorry, not Boris Karloff. And I just completely lost his name. But the previous singer, he started with the bubbling sounds of a evil scientist laboratory there. You can hear the turning of the page as Geoff turns the page, and then you can hear obviously the thunder and lightning. But listen to that heartbeat, that bubble, bubble, bubble in the background as the background vocals start. Okay, I love how they both have that same bouncy type beat, that same I forget exactly when it was, but it was like 1950s or 60s kind of doo-wop kind of sound. I love how he kept it in that same playful vein.
I was working in my lab.
Obviously,
late one
much lower.
night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. When my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom, the ghouls all came from the humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
I love how he keeps the same attitude of the solo singer. Obviously much deeper and much sinister because that is, Geoff's bass voice. But then he's got the background singers repeating the lyrics and doing some oohs in the background, but still a very doo-wop-y feel. And then the the background singers are the ones doing the dance moves to match the song. And I want you to look at here. We're gonna start back before the dancers start doing the chorus, okay? And I want you to see if you can figure out what their dance moves stand for. All right, starting, and I'll tell you when.
My electrode.
Starting here.
They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. Yes, they did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son.
Woo! Gotta love those notes. Gotta love those notes. Okay, but I don't know if you caught it, but we're talking about, okay, he did the Frankenstein. He's imitating each of the monsters. He did the Frankenstein. Okay. He did the Wolfman. You know, he had his claws back like this. And then he did Dracula with his cape, putting his cape up in front of his face. And then the Mummy wrapped up. I love how it's not just nonsense movements here. He's really going in with what the words of the song are saying, and the whole theme of all these monsters.
The scene was rocking, all we're
Here's that
digging the
doo-wop.
sound. The eagle on his chains, backed by his hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive. The crypt kicker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Here's where he really gets it. And if this, I should have put a trigger warning before. If you are not into the sounds of things that are gruesome, like bones breaking, you might want to, come back when I'm done. But I love how he adds that into the movements. Sorry, my crown is not real set, y'all. But I love how he adds that into his movements to make it much more Halloween themed.
4, 5. Maestro.
Frankenstein,
The monster
Wolfman,
They played the
Dracula,
The monster
the Mummy.
Out from his coffin, Drax voiced it array. It seems he was bothered by. He opened.
Listen to these background vocals, okay? I know the videos in both of these, it was really hard to pay attention to the vocals here. But listen to the nice crunchy, crispy dissonance in the harmonies in the back here. It makes it sound really eerie and like an out of tune piano that you hear playing in all these horror films.
Out from his coffin, Drax voiced it array. It seems he was bothered by. He opened his coffin and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
Look at his eyes.
It's now the monster mash, and it's a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Drax a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kathy Castellucci, Jeff's wife, she's been there the whole time. I don't know if you noticed, but she's been there the whole time. That is dedication, and it's hilarious.
Oh, good. You're awake. Let's dance, my darling. Shall we?
And for Elise, off key in the back. Oh yeah, that just added some things to it. Y'all, I had so much fun filming these two. They both were so upbeat and silly, and both covers the original artist and Geoff seem to just have so much fun with acting out and just being complete and total goofs. You can tell that, either they really loved what they were doing, or they were trying their best to make it fun so they could get through it. Either way, they pulled it off. I love this song. It brings back so many memories of, going out on Halloween and stuff like that. I can't wait to dress up and do some more fun things for this Halloween. I don't know if you can tell, but I love spooky season. And I hope that you enjoyed the episode today. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, please. Leave a comment below for things you'd like to see me do next. And hit that notification bell so you can see the next time I post something. But have a great day, evening, night, whatever time zone you're in. And have a wonderful spooky season. And I'll see you in the next one.